Good morning. Well, I'm having a bit of a mad one this morning. I came out with the intention, of shooting mist and fog at Lawrencefield Quarry, which is in Sheffield. Let me just move my gimbal up a bit, just a sec. That's probably a bit better. There's no mist or fog there, which is a bit of a pain. But there is the most humongous inversion over Sheffield. I've never seen anything like it. As I was coming through Sheffield, it was a pea super. And as I climbed up the top coming towards Fox House, I thought, damn, all the mist has gone. And then I looked to my left and the scene was incredible. Just completely blanket fog, no building. I mean, there's some tall buildings in Sheffield and none of them were peeking through. So I was going to go to Mam Tor. I know the shadow's right over my face, isn't it? I was going to go to Mam Tor because there is, or appears to be, an inversion going off up there, but I figured that was going to be absolutely heaving. So I've come up to, I know it as 13 Bends. I don't know what the official name is, Tor, I think, just to see what I could find. And the scene I've got, if I turn you around, because of the exposure on this, you won't see it. In fact, let me just a sec. Now, the bright area that you can see is fog. And we've got a row of trees peeking out. We've got some nice curves, some nice contours in the land. So I'm picking those out. There's a couple of trees here just peeking above the horizon. Just standing out, just make out the top of it. I don't know whether they'll make an image or not, but I'm going to have a go. I've got the long lens on, the 70 to 200. I'm at 200mm. VR is turned off. I'm at f9. I'm just shooting aperture priority this morning to save fiddling around. That's f11, 1/400th of a second, ISO 100. I've driven around to a place that I thought I might be able to see some mist moving through the valley. The wind is picking up, but it doesn't seem to be dispersing. It's really weird. So I've come up past Hitech Tor. I couldn't see anything of interest up there. It's more that away, and I don't know where that away is. So I've just hooked to left, and I'm now stood opposite. You may make it out in the distance. There's the cement works over there somewhere anyway. I've got the long lens on again. I'm shooting at something ridiculous. I'm still at 200mm. I really do need my tele converter on. Where were we? We're at f7.1. I've dropped the ISO down. We're at 1.2. A lot. Very fast shutter speed. I tried to do a longer exposure, but I don't think there's enough mist moving through the valley. These guys here. What an amazing view. And there's moo cows everywhere. So I've just been trying to pick out some detail, which isn't easy when your lens isn't quite long enough. As I say, I was going to head up to Mam Tor, but apart from the fact it will be like Piccadilly Circus, I'm not convinced there's something going off up there. Normally, if Mam Tor's got an inversion going on, the cement works is in mist, and it's not always right. And I can't even do a time lapse because I can't get close enough. My little camera won't pick it up. But it's just trying to pick out details in the fields. Oh, I'm struggling with the light here. Yeah, it's trying to pick out the details in the fields over here, where you've got the odd tree and then you've got the mist rolling across it. Oh Lord, that's bright. It's never really possible for me to say 100%, yes, I really like that image until I get it on the big screen. Fingers crossed, everybody. Right. The inversion going off over Sheffield is still there. It's massive. And it seems to be dropping I don't know if it's... I thought it would start dispersing because the sun is quite high and it's very bright. It's about... Oh, it's ranged from -2 to +3 degrees. So I think I'm going to go off and continue my journey that way, wherever that way happens to be. I have no sense of direction. And see if I can find something else. I was hoping that the mist was going to come through and envelop Lawrencefield Quarry. But I don't think I'm going to be that lucky today. Right, packing up, tootling off. As you could see as I walked down it, I think everybody knew I was going to end up in Bowl Hill. I call it Bowl Hill. I'm not convinced that it is. I think it's Lawrencefield Quarry, but hey ho, semantics. You could see the mist lying and I could see it sweeping up. So I threw the car in a layby about 3 miles down the road because I didn't think I'd get parked at Surprise View. And walked down a lovely little track. Never been along here before. The patterns in the ferns are absolutely amazing. Absolutely love it. It's really frosty down here, although the temp gauge when I parked the car said 4 degrees. Bizarre. But this mist is weird. It's bluebird skies. Barely a cloud in sight. There's some very high level cloud up there and it's very light. We've got mist still rolling across in the distance over here and frost on the ground. As I say, the temp gauge has gone anywhere from -2 to +4 as I came up here, and yet the frost is still laying. So all is not lost. I came out for mist in the trees, but if I can't get mist in the trees, I'm quite happy doing macro and seeing what else is about. It's very harsh light on the silver birch. I got it right that time, silver birch. I have a problem with birches and beeches because they all begin with B. This might be one of the reasons I'm not very good at woodland photography when there's mist about. Because I get stuck in one position. I'm still at the walls. I've moved forward and I've put the 70 to 200 on. Now you can possibly see that I'm staring into the bright sun, which is going to make life rather tricky. There. Oh. These 2 trees, they make an arch. Oh, they're wonderful. So I've been concentrating on those for the time being. I did a fairly close in one in portrait. And again, I've done 3 or 4 images focusing on different sections. I focused on that tree trunk, I focused on the foreground, and then the branch hanging down here, simply because everything is on a different field of different focal plane. I know I should be, but I'm really not into this technical jargon. It either works or it doesn't. The right-hand tree, as you look at it, is further forward than the left-hand tree. The branches that are hanging down, I'm still not sure if you can see those. Oh, that's a bit better. The branches that are hanging down are really forward. They've got to be 60, 70 foot forward from those other 2 trees. We've got a little dippy here where the path goes in and the little clump there. So I focused all over because I'd like all that sharp. Excuse me, a little bit out of breath. I really got, excuse me, I'm just trying to put something in the pocket with my left hand and it really doesn't work. Let me try that one. That's it. I really didn't know where I was because this isn't a part of Lawrencefield Quarry or Bowl Hill Quarry, whatever you want to call it, that I've been in before. But I've walked down to the end and now I know where I am. This area up here is the normal area that people go to when it's misty, because there's masses of silver birch, just uprights, some at angles, but there's no tut in between. They're either fully grown silver birch or they're saplings. There's a massive cloud bank coming up. I'll have to spin the camera around because it will not pick it up here. But I could see the other side of the valley about 5 minutes ago. The cloud is now rising and it's kind of coming this way. I still don't think we're going to get any up here. That's the top of the section with all the beech, with all the birch. I've got a real problem with beech and birch, haven't I? You'll have to forgive me. If I say beech, I mean birch. That's still clear. That bit is getting a little bit of mist, but I'm just not convinced. I'm on my way back to the van and I was just looking for one final image. The mist is now lifting, so we've got more of a normal foggy day rather than inversions all over the place. I was hoping to get some mist down at the top end of Lawrencefield Quarry, but it didn't happen. So as I'm walking back, I stopped to talk to an elderly gentleman who's out for his daily stroll, lives in the area, lucky so-and-so. And I glanced to my left and I saw a tree. And I thought, oh, I like trees. It's quite a characterful tree, and it is a beech tree. This is definitely a beech tree. There is another tree to the left-hand side which is encroaching slightly, but I can't do a lot about that. But this one's got some nice wiggly branches coming off it, and it's also got a bunch of beech leaves left on it. They're a nice golden brown, and for a fleeting second I got some backlight on them, which was wonderful. The mist is actually getting thicker, I think. I said it's gone away. I'll flip you around and show you what we found. The beauty of this one is we have a path leading down. You can just make out the tree. It's this beautiful one here. And around here we have got some beech leaves. And if I could, yes, you can see the hill in the background with the fog coming in. It's still not putting any fog over here, which is really annoying. Hey, can't have it all. But I quite like the character of this little tree. This one. Every time I put my finger in front of it, focus changes. All the exposure, that's better. So we're shooting in portrait orientation. I'm on the 70 to 200 again. I've managed to get a little bit of the path in, and I focused it so that, sorry, I'm wiggling you about. I focused it so that the path is in focus, the centre of the image in focus, and hopefully the tree's in focus as well. And that's it. I'm off home. It's well past my lunchtime. I've had lots of fresh air and exercise. And I've had a fabulous morning. Not the morning I thought I was going to have, but a fun morning nonetheless. Got some images I wouldn't normally take. Shooting into the sun, me? What's that all about then? So anyway, I'm going to stop waffling because tum-tum's rumbling. The sun is about to peek out, so I might just take one last shot of this tree, because if it peeks out behind the cloud bank that's up there, we'll get some beautiful backlight on those beech leaves and they'll really glow golden. Thank you very much for watching. Hope I haven't waffled too much. Look after yourselves and I'll see you next weekend. Bye for now.